Tourism officials meeting to deal with issues vital to the industry. Millions collected in cell phone taxes. And in sports, Miguel Cummings takes back-to-back 5-wicket hauls to lead Worcestershire to victory in the English County Championship.
The CBC Headline News, brought to you by Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
Hello, very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lloyd with the CBC Evening News and our top story. A major tourism conference is underway at the Barbados Hilton. The State of the Industry Conference, as it is being called, involves key stakeholders in the tourism industry from Barbados and across the region. And they're gearing up to discuss several vital issues in the sector. Our Ryan Boom is live on location. Good evening, Ryan.
Good evening, Lisa. Well, the big news coming out of this morning's media breakfast is that 2016 is already shaping up to be another bright and historic year for Barbados' tourism industry. CEO of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., William Griffith, says preliminary results for the first 8 months of this year show that long-stay arrivals are up. In fact, all source markets are up, with the exception of Germany, which fell by 6%.
We have achieved 421,914 last year visitors, and we are trending 5.3% ahead of the previous year. That actually translates to approximately 22,000 increased visitor arrivals so far for the year. How we're actually projecting for the end of the year 2016, we are projecting to exceed last year's figure of 591,000. We are forecasting somewhere in the region of just over 5% growth for the island.
The BTMI CEO's presentation also revealed that visitors to the island have been spending more.
And according to the CTO figures, the exit survey figures for 2015, the island actually achieved total visitor expenditure of $867 million US, and that was up from 2014. And so far we've had Q1 estimates, and Barbados recorded expenditure of $337 million US, and that is an increase of 16.6% ahead.
And cruise arrivals for the first half of the year are also up by 3.8%, with 27,000 more tourists expected. Mr. Griffith also highlighted the expected increases in cruise and long-stay visitors as one provider, TUI, has increased its winter rotations from 19 to 24.
They are delivering cruise and flight 19,363 persons coming in on airlines, going to Bridgetown, cruising out, coming back and staying in our hotels. And in actual fact, the projection, almost 20%, I think that works out to be, almost 20% of those people who are flying in this year are actually going to stay in hotels. 4,500 of them are going to stay 7 nights, and 1,484 of them will stay for 14 nights.
And in terms of the upcoming winter season, Mr. Griffith says that several carriers have additional flights, including the JetBlue service from Newark. There will also be increased seating for the Canadian market. Both Virgin Atlantic and British Airways will also have increased flights from the UK. From the European market, there will be an additional flight by Condor from Munich starting November 12th, along with a shared service from Paris to Martinique to Barbados.
Well, Lisa, I do have here with me now Sylvia Brown-Bramble. She's the director of CTO's New York office, and she's going to give me some insight over what's going to be happening here at the Hilton Hotel over the next 2 days. Sylvia?
Well, under the theme, Honoring a Legacy, Defining a Future, we've brought the best and the brightest in Caribbean tourism, actually global tourism, to share their experiences with the Caribbean. We have on tomorrow's opening session, Adam Stewart, who's the CEO of Cassandra, delivering the keynote address, and on Friday morning, Craig Landry from Air Canada. In addition to those two major players in Caribbean tourism, we've assembled almost 500 delegates in Barbados to discuss issues around the Caribbean's preparedness to deal with tourism issues. How do we handle multi-generational travel? How do we handle multicultural travel and emerging markets. What do we do about creating a luxury experience for our visitors? The sharing economy, how does that affect Caribbean tourism? There are signs that it has already begun to impact the industry, and so we want to have an opportunity to discuss that at the conference here. There are other topics, including a youth congress, which brings some students from across the Caribbean to talk about their perception of the tourism industry. And as junior tourism ministers, because that's what we ask them to be, how they would deal with some of those issues affecting Caribbean tourism. That session ends the conference on Friday evening and highlights the talent that the Caribbean tourism industry has to lean on in the future.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. Selma, sorry. And as she said, Lisa, certainly a packed agenda here for the next 2 days. And we'll certainly be covering this on CBC over the next 2 days. So back over to you, Lisa, in the media.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Ryan Boone there at the State of the Industry Conference going on at the Hilton Hotel. And that conference, of course, ends on Friday. The government has collected millions from the value-added tax on cell phone minutes. This is one of the economic recovery measures put forward in last year's fiscal budget. Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs Chris Sinclair says the tax, which came into effect on January 1st of this year, is expected to reach the $18 million mark.
It's been going pretty well. It's been going very well so far. It's been very, very close to the target, if not on top of the target. Of course, we're only through the first 9 months of the year, so we have to see how it runs for the rest of the calendar year, and then moving on from there at the end of the fiscal year next year. But so far, it's been doing very well so far from our report.
Mr. Sinclair was speaking to the media on the sidelines of a presentation of exercise books at the Eagle Hall Primary School. He says, however, revenue from the sweetened beverage tax is slightly below the trend, and consumer consumption patterns have not changed significantly.
That has been running just below trend in terms of the collections. We haven't seen a dramatic decline in the use of sweetened beverages yet, but it comes in time. We didn't expect that we would see that in the fourth year. It's going to take some time. But in terms of the actual tax collection, it has been running smoothly. We've not had any major complaints, and the resources have been
And the finance minister is of the view that the merger of Customs and the Barbados Revenue Authority will go on as planned. The deadline for submission of option forms is September 19th, and Mr. Sinclair says he will be meeting with the union shortly to examine any remaining issues.
Very concerns they had in delivering concerns. I believe that the government has really gone beyond what could normally be expected in a circumstance like this. And we will have a further intervention or statement in it, depending on what comes about. But as far as I could see, I think that we reach a point where we can begin the process.
Mr. Sinclair also dismissed the union's concern that the merger will have a negative impact on national security.
I'm not sure why the union is getting itself all involved in those matters. That is a matter for the National Security Council, which has met, which has reviewed, which has seen the levels of staffing, the technical skills and so forth that be required, and therefore they are satisfied that this does not disrupt and will not disrupt the security apparatus of the country.
Barbados' unemployment rate for the second quarter of this year stood at 10.